Were you streaming already?
You gotta wait for this to go. Hey, look at that. Now it's streaming. Go.
Oh, we're live. All right, welcome to the warm-up zone, guys. Got a lot to talk about today. Football is finally back. So we have some fun with that. Nate was gone last week. He went camping again.
It doesn't count as camping.
He was glamping, but
it was glamping. Well,
still.
I was in a tent, but we were still glamping. So,
yeah. And then, sorry, I did not go live Saturday like we said I was going to. I did record a video. Come to find out, it just never got uploaded. So, but I was actually busy helping with a combine that the Academy Northern Colorado Football put on. They teamed up with Elite Youth Sports. Academy is a company that a friend built, and they needed some help doing the combine, and it was actually a lot of fun. Got to go help kids just see their best times doing the 40-yard dash, and it was a good time.
A lot of this.
They went, yeah, kind of. But they actually did a really good job, put on a great event with only a week to do it. They crushed it out of the park, had some fun equipment that timed the kids a lot more accurately than my thumb.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me the lasers.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool. It was a good time. So go check out the Academy. Great company if you want to get some football in or elite youth sports. But yeah.
Very cool.
That was my weekend. So sorry I was not live.
Boo. But he was helping the kids. It was for the kids.
It was for the kids.
For the kids.
So
Alrighty.
I guess we'll get into this.
We got a lot of stuff that happened over the last 2 weeks.
We do.
Well, what should we start?
Before we get into fun football, which you and I have been anxiously waiting for.
I know.
We'll save that the best for last, right? We'll
start with
talk about
basketball.
the bracket going on here.
All right. I think while I was gone, Milwaukee lost to the Bucks. And everyone's freaking out because they think Giannis is going to leave.
Yeah.
And I am, yeah. What do you think, Jeffrey? You think he's going to leave?
I honestly don't know.
Oh.
I don't think he should leave.
Why not?
They made it this far.
They couldn't beat Miami.
No, but they did make it this far.
Miami.
And if, work out some kinks, you can do it again. You can do it again. I don't think he should leave.
As long as Giannis doesn't go join the Golden State Warriors like a certain person did before because he couldn't win by himself. I don't actually care where he goes. If he goes anywhere.
That's right.
I think it'd be
I don't really
want
care
him
if he
somewhere
leaves.
more
I just don't think
interesting,
he's
to be
going to.
Honest. Like Milwaukee's not that interesting.
That's fair. That's fair.
I thought the most interesting thing that was being said about Giannis while I was gone was whether he was Scottie Pippen, if he was a true number one or if he really was a number two. And I've been on this train for a long time. I was just really happy that other people, important people, not me, were saying these things because I was like, man, Giannis just drives and kicks, or drives and dunks. Like he doesn't shoot the ball. Like I struggle. You can't call yourself the MVP of the league when you can't, on a consistent basis, be efficient at two of the most important things.
Yeah.
Shooting free throws and shooting three-pointers. Those, like, the two most important things.
Yeah.
Some of the most important things. Like, I don't understand how you can be considered valuable and you can't do two of the main things.
No, that's fair.
Like Kawhi. He's got a mid-range. He can shoot free throws consistently. He can shoot three-pointers. Good at that. He can drive to the basket. He can pinch. He can play some good defense. That's valuable. Kawhi is more valuable than Giannis.
They haven't been doing the MVP correctly for a little while, though.
I'm just saying, like, you can't tell me he's the MVP and he can't do a few things. Like, one of the most important things down the end of down the stretch at the end of a basketball game is go get fouls so you can get to the free throw line and shoot some free throws and either get us back into this game by shooting some threes or getting to the free throw line, or you know what I'm saying? If you can't do those things, then you're not that valuable. It's more valuable for Giannis to just kick the ball out to somebody that can shoot a three-pointer. In the closing seconds to a Bucks game, you don't want Giannis to have the ball. Yeah. He's not going to make his free throws. You get a 50-50 shot. You're I don't know. I'd much rather have Brook Lopez or Kyle Korver. You know what I mean? Yeah. They can both shoot three-pointers and free throws, and those are very important towards the end of the game. And he doesn't do those things. So I've always been very how is he valuable? I don't understand that. Now everyone has their weakness. No one's perfect. We're talking about the most valuable player in the league.
Which should be pretty close to perfect. Close.
Pretty close. I would say Kawhi, Kevin Durant can do all those things. He's hurt too often. And if you're getting hurt, you got to be available. That's another big thing. And Giannis is very available. I'm just saying he's missing two very vital things.
Yeah.
He can't come back. He's a little – I heard the comparison somewhere that he's like Lamar Jackson and can't come back, which I also agree with because he also – I don't know how Lamar Jackson wins MVP either. I don't understand that either.
Yeah.
You can't have the best team, not be able to do two things, and get carried by other people and be called an MVP. Yeah. It's just not okay. Was just bugging me, and I was really happy other people were saying it because I've been on that for the last 3 years. Giannis is not an MVP. He can't do it by himself.
For the record, he wanted me to talk about that last week.
Because I got so excited.
Maybe it's a good thing.
People are on board with me. I am happy.
It's a good thing I missed. That way you got your little...
I don't sound like a complete idiot. There's other people out there.
True.
Man. There's a reason LeBron should win it every year. I know that's boring and not very interesting, but I'm sorry. He can shoot threes. He makes most of his free throws. He can drive to the basket. He's available. He hardly ever gets hurt.
Yep.
The year he got hurt, not an MVP. He just wasn't. He got hurt and he was a bad teammate. He was trying to get everybody traded the whole time. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was so happy. Anyway, what other series happened while I was gone?
Well, we had Boston and Toronto. There was a couple of those games were pretty fun to watch.
I watched last night's. I watched the last half last night.
I did not watch last night's. The
Toronto versus Boston.
I watched the double overtime, and that was fun. It was a fun game to watch. Nice
so far. I was happy because the Celtics won, and I wanted the Celtics to win because I find them more interesting than Canada.
You and me both.
No offense, Canada.
And I also just feel like they're playing better. It just seems more like a well-oiled machine when they play.
Well, when Boston plays, they just have more interesting players. They just do.
Yeah.
I mean, until last year, Kyle Lowry was looked at as, the playoff times come. Him and DeMar DeRozan would just fall off a map. Toronto has two superstar players that make the All-Star team? I didn't know that. You would never know that based on their playoffs and how they played. I got 12 points this game,
Yeah.
And I don't expect... he's gotten a little bit better because, he got over the hump and won a championship, which not taking that away from him. But I'm just saying Kyle Lowry is not going to win it for you.
Yeah. Do you think Boston's going to beat Miami then?
I think this is another come down to Game 7.
Really? I was going to say 6 games.
Boston
takes it in 6.
Boston in 6. See, the thing I like about Toronto, Boston, and Miami, all three of those they all play very good team basketball. They can all shoot threes well. They have at least 3 good players that can do everything. Nobody on any of those teams is selfish. Jason Tatum on the Boston Celtics, not selfish at all. He's willing to give up the ball. Jimmy Butler on Miami, not selfish at all, willing to give up the ball. Toronto has 3 players that are willing to give up the ball. They're very effort, defense, just get good shots.
Yeah.
And you can tell by some of the games that were played with Toronto and Boston, they were not high-scoring games. Been seeing a lot of 120-point games, and those were not that.
Yeah.
So those three, I think for Boston, it's going to be about the same kind of series. They might go up 2 and then lose 2. And then, you know what I mean? I think Miami is just another Toronto with a better superstars player. I think Jimmy Butler's better than Pascal Siakam or Kyle Lowry.
Miami has won every series pretty quickly thus far.
Yeah, Miami has only lost one playoff game. Toronto, I would say I think Miami's going to at least win the first game because Miami beat the Bucs real quickly. They've been just sitting there for a week.
They have some time.
And they just
rest.
Been hanging out, and Boston just got over playing 7 games.
Some tough games, long games.
Yeah, they were not easy games.
Yeah.
One of those was a double overtime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It was.
Miami's going to at least take the first game. I think it's a 7-game series. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not much has changed on the other side.
No, still got Lakers and Rockets. Lakers up 3-1.
I just find it funny. All these people.
That series is going to be over.
All these people overreact. Portland beating the Lakers in the first game. Oh my God, the Lakers are going down in flames. They lose the next 4 games in a row. The Rockets and OKC that went to a game 7, but the whole time, at first it was like, oh man, OKC's going to take the series, and everyone originally picked the Rockets. What your gut feeling when it comes to basketball seems to be, except for Milwaukee, that's because Giannis is number 2, not actually an MVP. Your gut feeling seems to win the game. Denver, they got down 3-1, but everyone picked Denver originally. Oh, and look, and they came out on top. Clippers played Dallas. Dallas won 2 games.
Yeah.
Look at that. Clippers came out on top.
I'm kind of shocked Denver's still in this series at the moment.
Yeah, the same thing's going to happen with that.
Lie.
Sure, they're going to take 2 games. Everyone thinks it's going to be series. Clippers are going to win it. And then the Clippers are going to play the Lakers. I think Clippers playing the Lakers and Boston playing Miami, those are the only 2 series so far that you don't already, your gut feeling could be wrong.
Isn't going to be good enough.
Yeah. Because the other ones, you're like, Portland's going to beat Memphis. Lakers are going to beat Portland. Rockets are going to beat OKC. You originally thought Denver was going to beat Utah. You thought the Clippers were going to beat Dallas. Milwaukee was going to beat Magic. And that Miami was going to beat Indianapolis. Boston was going to beat the Sixers, and Toronto was going to beat Brooklyn. Your gut feeling is usually pretty right when it comes to basketball. I think the only one that threw everybody off was Miami playing Milwaukee. But when you actually get down to it, they're the MVP of the league. Sorry. I like Giannis. He's fun to watch. But
just on this.
Man, it's like watching Russell. It's watching. How tall is Giannis?
Oh, I can't remember.
He's it's watching a 7-foot tall Russell Westbrook. You see the way the Lakers play Russell Westbrook? They stand 10 feet away shoot the ball, have fun. Yeah, 6'11".
6'11".
He's a freak. He lives up to his name. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying he can't shoot threes and he can't shoot free throws. Those are 2 of the most vital things to do in this game.
You're more than halfway to the basket there, buddy. It's not that hard.
Yeah. I mean, even James Harden, who went 2 for 11 the other night, which seems to be his go-to box score apparently. You go for 2 for 11 in a playoff game. Even he had 26 points because he got to the free throw line and made free throws.
Yeah.
If Giannis went 2 for 11, he'd have maybe 10 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just saying. At least you can get some points, even if you're not shooting well. You can go get fouled and make some free throws.
Yeah.
Giannis can't do that.
It's fair. It's fair.
Lakers are about to take that because if you watch that last game, the Rockets look like, man, can we just leave the bubble? I'm so over this. One of their players, House, got kicked out of the bubble. They're all like, man, we want to be with him. Denver's trying real hard.
They're fighting. They're fighting.
But it's Sorry, you can't win. I can't take your win seriously. You're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah.
When you're down 1-3 and you win a game. You know, it was over before. I know you just came back from a 3-1 deficit. You're not doing it twice in a row.
Yeah.
And then the Clippers are going to play the Lakers. Clippers are going to win that.
I'm going to say Lakers are going to win that.
You think? Okay.
I think Lakers are going.
You think Miami or Boston? You picked Boston in 6, you said?
I'm picking Boston.
Boston
I think
in 6.
it's going to be Lakers versus Boston.
That will be awesome. That's classic.
I really, really
Clippers,
hope.
Lakers.
I think it's going to happen.
That would be classic. I would love that. That would be pretty amazing. All right. What else is going on here? Oh, man.
Well,
we had our first NFL game.
we did.
Well,
We did. And let me just say it went exactly kind of how I thought it was going to go. Kansas
really
won.
Shock.
And made it. Kansas looked like they just never slowed down. It looks like they're still playing at last year's level.
What Super Bowl hangover?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Everyone has that Super Bowl. Like, they just aren't as good the next year. Kansas they're proving that wrong.
Man. That was, if you saw any of that game, it was not as close as the score says. 34-20, it wasn't.
If you watched the first half, you watched the whole game.
Yeah. It was fun, you know.
I was super excited to watch it.
I know, I got to watch it. I sat there and watched it. The Texans. Man, the Texans just remind me of the Seattle Seahawks. You know,
How so?
like they got their Kroger brand Russell Wilson running around. Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry, Deshaun Watson. You're not Russell Wilson.
I was going to say Russell Wilson's way better than
That's
Deshaun
why I said
Watson.
Kroger brand Deshaun
Oh,
Watson.
my.
It's just, you know, they play. I watched that game, and you know the Texans are playing like, oh, we're gonna run the ball, okay?
Yeah.
We have our game plan, and then about third quarter comes around, and they go, okay, well, nothing's working. We're gonna lose. So, hey, Deshaun, why don't you just do your thing? And he does, and they score a bunch of points.
Yep.
And make it look semi-competitive, which is what happens with the Seahawks. You know, it's kind of close the whole game, or they're getting blown out, and then Russell Wilson happens, and they come back and either get close to winning or win the game.
Yeah.
It's just the Texans do not have a good enough team around Deshaun Watson. I bet you next year he gets hurt. Or towards the end of this year. Serious injury for Deshaun Watson. Not wishing that on anybody. His offensive line is garbage. We should go try out for the Texans offensive line. We'll get crushed,
sure.
but we'll still give him more time than his line does. If I just fell on the ground, you know, and like tap somebody, I'd still he'd have more time to throw than he did the other day.
That's a pretty big. That's pretty big there, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. I'm just saying, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Get your offensive line together. Stop worrying about everything else. Do what's important first.
Yeah. I honestly think that's the new New England Patriots. It's Kansas. It's the new. You're just that team that just wins. It's over in New England. It's over in New England. It's starting in Kansas.
New England.
It was 50 years since they won a Super Bowl?
New England could very easily go get the first pick in the draft and get my man Trevor Lawrence.
I still think it's Kansas is the new dynasty.
Do you know how easy it is for dynasties to fall apart?
Oh yeah, but
we're saying dynasty that once won Super Bowl.
I'm not saying they are the dynasty yet. I'm saying they could very well become the new dynasty. Dude, watch them play. You got Patrick Mahomes for a while. It's
okay. They were losing all 3 of their playoff games by a significant amount of points.
And Tom Brady never was down and then somehow came back and won them?
That's not what I'm saying. They could very easily coin flip status not have won any of those.
I'm not saying that's not true.
There was a 10-year period where the New England Patriots didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's
I'm just saying Kansas
I'm not
is
willing to
looking
say
good.
dynasty. I need to see
Kansas is
6
looking
years.
good.
Okay, what are we
They're
considering a
looking good.
dynasty? Patriots did it for like 20 years.
Yeah. How long is Patrick Mahomes' deal? It's a good while.
Are you just saying as long as Patrick Mahomes is playing?
It's going to be pretty much like Tom Brady. And as long as Tom Brady played for the Patriots, they're going to win games. And games they shouldn't have won.
I don't know. I'm not willing to give people dynasty status.
Well, I'm not giving it to them yet. I'm just saying I could see it.
Like Golden State. I'm not really willing. Like they had a dynasty for like 5 years.
I wouldn't call that a dynasty.
But that's just a really...
You just had a good team for 5 years.
I would consider them a dynasty if this upcoming year they get to the playoffs and they win a significant amount of games and maybe even get to the finals. Then I'm kind of like, okay, you're a dynasty. You know what I mean? You had a down year where everyone got hurt and you lost some key players and you come back and you still went to the playoffs. You're a dynasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's your ups and downs. You don't have to win every single championship
I'm
to be
not,
a dynasty.
Yeah, I'm not saying that at all.
Or every playoff game.
That's why I kind of think Kansas can. They have the talent. It's there. They just have to do it.
All right, I'm sure.
We'll see.
Andy Reid's old. I don't know how long he's going to be standing out there. Did you see him with his face shield?
I did.
I love
it
all those
looked almost more gross.
I know.
Just with all the build up on the bottom. I'm like, how much is he yelling through that?
I know. Man, that was hilarious. I love all the memes. Did you see the one? It had
I didn't see any of the memes.
Oh, really? There's a whole bunch of memes. They're
I didn't see
super
any of
funny.
these.
They show how Andy Reid sees the playbook, and it had like the Madden Hail Mary and the Hail Mary play, and it just had it like fogged up. You couldn't see the play.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Man, there was one that said, "Man, Andy Reid beat the Texans, and he couldn't even see what he was looking at most of the time." I was like, "True that."
That's facts.
Facts, Texans.
You get some
got
windshield
beat by a
wipers on
blind
that.
man. I think I heard somebody talk. You know how I think it's Sean McVay has the guy that holds him back while he's running down the sidelines. They're like, we need to get we need to get Andy Reid, the towel guy. It's like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, we're thinking we're gonna go through the Sunday schedule.
Yeah.
Let's go through it. Let's start with the first game, Jeffrey. What's that first game?
We have Seattle against the Falcons.
Who? I'm going to pick Seattle Seahawks to win that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, my mic will not stay up. Okay.
Battle of the Birds.
Sorry.
How embarrassing.
Don't you? It's not working with me today.
That first game?
But I'm going to pick
Battle of the Birds.
I'm going to pick Seattle as well.
Seattle, yeah. Falcons did really, I don't know. I think it'll be another
It's going to be it's going to be very close.
It's going to be Seahawks are going to try to do their game plan, like I said earlier. Falcons will just be playing
Russell
well.
Do Russell.
And then by the 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, okay, Russell Wilson, we don't know what we're doing. Here you go. Just do your thing.
Yeah. Next we have Jets and Bills.
Battle of New York.
Who you got?
Jets. I do not trust Josh Allen with anything.
Neither do I.
I do not understand why people like Josh Allen.
No.
Unless he comes out this year and throws for like 5,000 yards or something, I'll never be convinced that he'll last. He reminds me.
He hasn't done anything.
He reminds me of Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow
did more.
I would say Josh Allen's a way better thrower of the football than
Yes.
Tim Tebow. However, he still plays like Tim Tebow, and I don't think you could win that way.
No.
Lamar Jackson's proof of that. You can run around as much as you want, throw the football, play like you're in college.
You
still have to sit in the pocket.
Yeah.
You get in the playoffs. You got to sit in the pocket. They're not going to let you run around, and you got to be able to make precise, short throws and just 19 plays. That was what was so great about that Kansas City Chiefs game. One of those drives was, I don't remember. It was like 9. It was a lot of plays.
Yeah.
They ran like 12 plays.
Oh, yeah,
to get down
their
the field.
running back
They
was...
just little play, little dump pass.
Yeah.
No. That you can't. The Bills are very run the ball. We'll just bomb it down the field and hope Josh Allen can actually throw it to somebody. Yeah. I don't trust him in throwing. And that's just, I just don't trust Josh Allen.
Yeah, I think for this first week we're just going to see a lot of runs.
Didn't Josh Allen get put in the top 100?
Oh, yeah.
And Carson Wentz didn't?
Yeah, yep.
Shame on you.
Yeah, no.
Shame.
Awful.
Shame.
Awful.
Shame. Shame.
But I also got the Jets on that one.
Yeah. They're not very good, but I like Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He has no help whatsoever, but I like him.
Yeah. Next we have the Bears and the Lions.
Bears and Lions. The Bears. I'm picking the Bears. The Bears. What? Well, we're waiting.
I'm going to pick the Lions for that one.
Yeah, that's kind of a toss-up game. Two teams that will be fighting for third place in their division. Because Packers and Vikings are two better teams, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think the Vikings take that division.
Oh, so are you picking Vikings over the Packers?
Yes.
That's the next game?
Yes. Sorry, Aaron Rodgers. Your time has ended.
I sure hope so.
I am over.
I am so over
Aaron Rodgers is the second greatest quarterback to play. He has won the Super Bowl. Okay? And, oh my... I don't understand that logic whatsoever.
Nor do I.
You got Joe Montana. Do we forget about Peyton Manning? Do we all remember who Peyton Manning is? Did Peyton Manning retire? We're like,
there's
who?
just so many above Aaron Rodgers. You got Peyton Manning.
Drew Brees. I'd take over Aaron Rodgers.
Definitely Drew Brees.
Peyton Manning over Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Yep.
Okay, that's not arguable. You don't argue about that. If you're arguing that,
he's going to prove it in Tampa Bay this year.
It doesn't even matter about that. No, without going to, he could have retired.
Well, no
argument. Go.
I'm
he's
just
done.
saying he's just going to put he's already put the cherry on top. He's just going to put a few more cherries on top just to prove it 1,000 times over.
Extra whipped cream. Okay. There are so many but he's still. So a lot of people, though, I hear argue, well, championships, right? Eli Manning has 2. Yeah. He's not better than Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can't base it all off of that. Tom Brady also went 10 years without winning the 9 or 10 years without winning the Super Bowl, but he won like 3 and 3. You know what I mean? Yep. So it's kind of like, so for that 9 years, he wasn't any good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like we can't. It's not based off of just winning championships all the time. You have to win consistently. Yeah. So, I'm just saying. Peyton Manning has 2 Super Bowls. One of those, he was carried. They put him in a wheelbarrow and like, okay, we're going to drag you over there. He was not any good that year.
Yeah.
He got benched for Brock Osweiler. You remember that?
I do.
His hurt foot and everything. That was I think that was considered the second greatest defense of all time.
Oh, yeah. No,
that defensive team was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Peyton Manning is still better than Aaron Rodgers. I don't know where anybody gets that Aaron Rodgers is better than Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Or Drew Brees.
He's also not better than John Elway.
Yeah.
Or, wait a minute. Yeah. Who said... Okay.
Another rant.
People are saying that Aaron Rodgers is like one of the top 5. Yeah, maybe. I think Peyton Manning's better. Drew Brees is better. Tom Brady's better. John Elway's better. Joe Montana. There's like a whole slew of people that are better.
Yeah. I'd
talented
put Russell over.
Russell Wilson. I would take
yeah.
Russell Wilson over him any day. Talent doesn't mean great. You're not in the list of the greatest, okay? If we're going with talent, I don't know. Who's talented? Aaron Rodgers is good. Sure. Tony Romo is really talented. We don't put him in our top 10.
Yeah.
There's a whole slew of people. I look at Tony Romo and Aaron Rodgers about the same for me.
Yep.
Hurt
That's fair.
randomly.
That's fair.
When they're not there, their team falls apart. So they're pretty valuable, but when they're there, I don't know. You had a few 5 great years, and it's just kind of dropping off,
Yeah.
He's just not.
No, I'm with you on that.
Okay. So stop saying Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest of all time. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. Just not the greatest, or one of. Next we have Dolphins and Patriots.
Dolphins.
Really, you're taking
the Dolphins. Cam Newton's the quarterback.
Yeah.
He had a year off.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
I did. I'm not. I honestly would probably pick the Dolphins, but I don't know. I think the Patriots can still win it.
Okay. Patriots are not good in September.
No.
They go about 2-2 September. They're about a 500 team. They always start off slow in September and October, and you're going to see for the next few weeks Tom Brady's not with the Patriots. Oh my gosh, the Patriots, they're just falling apart. They can't do it with Tom Brady. You know what? They're either trying to lose and they're going to go 4-12, or they're going to go 8-8. They're not good enough to win a bunch of games, and they're not bad enough to lose a bunch of games.
Yeah, no, I'm picking the Dolphins. I don't know.
I'm picking the Dolphins.
I'm kind of curious to see how
Dolphins
the Patriots
tried so
play
hard
out
last year. Did you see how hard they would try?
Yeah.
Even at the end of the year, they were trying to win games. I was like, what are you doing?
Trying to win games.
You know what? That's what
win.
sports is about. It's about
They
winning.
want to win.
About winning.
Right, now we have the Eagles and Washington.
The Washington football team.
Their logo is stupid. Just a W.
Man. Well, hold on. Let me give you my opinion about this game.
Eagles are going to win.
Yeah.
Easy.
Washington, you're about to find out that the quarterback you drafted sucks, because he does. And Carson Wentz is going to go out there and prove that I bet Carson Wentz was like, I'm not a top 100 player. You know what he's going to do? He's going to come out and he's going to kick everyone's butt.
Yeah. That's fair.
With or without wide receivers. You know what? Be out there with garbage cans and he's going to prove to everybody how good he is.
Yeah.
He's not one of the greatest of all time. I'm just saying. He's just as good as Aaron Rodgers or someone. He just gets hurt. Yeah. But to be fair, so does Aaron Rodgers.
Fair point.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
You know, that's it's been weird to see. I keep
Really?
seeing LV, and I keep forgetting, I'm like, who the hell is LV?
What's LV mean?
Where
does that
are
even
they at?
No.
Like, oh yeah, Las Vegas.
We're playing Draftkings, which we will get to Draftkings later. Jeffrey started playing that because everyone's being weird about their fantasy football leagues.
You're the commissioner of our league.
Nobody said they wanted to play. And quite honestly, I forgot to start it.
I did too.
Until the day before. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Jeffrey started Draftkings, so we're going to make fun of his picks coming up later.
Yeah, I did it very quickly, and
it'll be fine.
Probably not.
Raiders and Panthers. Let's talk about it.
I don't know about this game.
It just feels like 2 8-8 teams.
Yeah,
playing each other. Coin flip.
Can see it going either way.
Yeah,
either way.
I do like Josh Jacobs, the running back for the Raiders.
Yeah,
that's like the one thing that I'm like, man. But then there's Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, that's about how
coin
I feel.
flip. Coin flip.
Let's watch that for Christian McCaffrey. There's no other reason to watch that.
Next we have Colts versus the Jags. The Jaguars.
Well,
Who do you got?
the Colts. The Jaguars are trying to get Trevor Lawrence.
You think everyone's trying to get Trevor?
That's because it's Trevor Lawrence.
You think everyone needs to tank?
He's going to be
Everyone
added in.
tanks, it's not true.
In that hair. He's going to be added into the Old Spice commercial. Is it Old Spice? No. It's Head and Shoulders commercial with Troy Polamalu and Patrick Mahomes. He's going to get in on that with his hair.
Probably.
Those commercials are so weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't really sell it for me, though, to be honest. Browns and Ravens.
Easy Ravens.
Yeah, a lot of people I've heard Ravens 16-0. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. I don't feel 16-0,
but I do think they're going to win this game.
They were great last year, and they got blown out. Remember that?
Yeah.
The Browns won like 45-20 or something against the Ravens.
Yeah. I think the Ravens are going to come back and they're going to get this one.
I also think people are going to start figuring out the Ravens a little bit. Unless Lamar Jackson
he needs to change it up a little
better in throwing the football from the pocket. I don't. Yeah.
When you run the ball so often, people just kind of, no, he's going to run it. I wonder what he's going to do.
Well, I don't know. I just struggle with Lamar Jackson.
You and me both. I hate how much he runs.
He's just like the Greek freak. You know,
I want to see more variety.
I want to see. I will feel better about the Ravens when the Ravens are down in the first half 24-7. And they find a way without doing a bunch of big runs. And this can't be on a bad team either. I want to see Lamar Jackson throw it and get him back into the game. Man, that thing hates you.
It does not like me today.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Lamar Jackson bring them back from like a really big deficit and win a game.
Yeah.
I need to see that at least once, or I need to see a fourth quarter, 2-minute drill. I haven't seen that. That's like Tom Brady's signature.
Yeah. No, that's...
Oh, you're up and I have a minute and a half left? Okay. I'll be right there. Just give me a second.
That's fair.
I don't even like the way Aaron Rodgers does that. Okay. I'm down a minute and a half. We'll just suck. Okay. I'm going to throw a Hail Mary. Watch this. To be fair, he's really good at throwing those.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
He does have an arm. For sure.
Chargers versus Bengals.
I got Chargers.
Is there any reason to watch that game?
No.
Sorry, Joe Burrow fans. No one cares. Unless he
there's
our minds.
There's a reason to watch it. There's a reason to watch, but I don't think it's going to be like
I'll watch him
best
week
games.
2 when he comes out and he throws for almost 300 yards in the first week.
Why can't he do that week 1?
Right, that's what I'm saying. If he does that week 1, then I'll watch him week 2. So I'm like, oh, okay, that was going to go. The Bengals, the garbage team.
I don't know. I might watch it just for that factor, just to kind of see how he's going to play. I'm curious.
Yeah.
But
they're, man, I am yawning a lot. Your mic's not working. I'm yawning. I can't breathe. Colorado's on fire.
And snowing. At the same time.
Whatever.
But
who knows what's going on.
Next, we have a game that I definitely want to watch.
I think
100% watching this game.
This game.
I'm just going to hold this here.
And one other game that we will get to are the two games that I think will be the most interesting, most fun to watch games.
Yeah. We have the Buccaneers
and the Saints.
Drew Brees, who I love. I have some mad respect for Drew Brees. And then we have Tom Brady. Who's playing for a new team.
New team. That is so exciting.
And
have you seen him
want to watch him at a new team.
It's going to be cool.
That's the biggest factor. I'm going to watch
this game will be watched by so many people.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say it's probably the most watched game
of the week by far. It's so exciting. We're going to see what it's like.
I don't even want to pick who's going to win.
Just want to watch.
Just because I want to watch. I don't want any expectations like, oh, I want Saints to win. I just want a good game from both
This
teams.
is like, remember when we had all those Peyton Manning, Tom Brady games?
Mm-hmm.
Where it was just back and forth, back and forth. They would play each other all the time, and every single time they'd be like, two of the greatest quarterbacks to play. Like, pretty much whoever wins this game is now back on top, and the other one's that's how it was. This isn't to that level because I don't think Drew Brees has licked it the same way as Peyton Manning.
Which is sad in my opinion, but yeah.
I would say they're about the same level. Both amazing.
Yeah.
I loved watching Peyton Manning play.
Oh, yeah, same here.
I love watching Drew Brees play.
They're just fun to watch.
This game's going to be so much fun.
That is a must-watch
how many
game.
yards do you think Tom Brady throws for?
I don't even know. I'm so at like a loss on how Tom Brady's going to do because I just don't know. He's the GOAT, but he's with a new team.
I think it would be awesome because the Saints are supposed to be a playoff team. They could get to the Super Bowl and win it all. I think it'd be awesome if the Buccaneers came out, just shocked the world, and blew them out by like 15 points.
I don't want to see a blowout,
Come on,
though. I want to see a close game.
No, it'd be really cool. Tom Brady comes out. He's throwing all over the field. He gets like 400 yards. He throws for like 3 touchdowns. And then, you know what? The next thing that has to happen, then you get to see this awesome thing. Drew Brees coming from behind, having to throw the ball all the time. That's also exciting.
That's Tom Brady going, oh, you want a few extra cherries? Here's 5 gallons of cherries on top.
Here's your 5-gallon bucket of cherries. Oh, man. That is going to be so... I am so excited.
What time is that game at? 2:30?
2:30 Mountain Time?
This is exactly why I said we are not playing basketball tomorrow.
I will probably be at your house tomorrow watching this game.
You're more than welcome to come over.
I'll drop my wife off at her parents' house, and I'll be over at your house watching this game. Or someone else's house.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure that one out. But
get your nachos, get your burgers, get your wings.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Get your beer, sit down. We're going to watch the Buccaneers and Saints.
It's going to be a great game.
Maybe we should
I'm excited.
Maybe we should live stream part of that. Do Instagram or something? That'd be kind of fun.
Okay.
Get a little chat going, talk about the game.
You in charge of that one.
Okay. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
Trying to get better at this.
Get together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We have to get together first. All right. This could be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Not as interesting as one of the ones I'm really excited for that we still have yet to talk about. But
I don't know the second game that you're really excited about.
I am excited about this. The Cardinals and the 49ers.
I got 49ers winning.
I think a lot of people are picking the 49ers to win because like, oh, Cardinals, whatever. I'm picking the Cardinals for an upset.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the 49ers are going to have a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover, or they're going to come out and try to, throw the football and prove that Jimmy Garoppolo can actually throw the football, which I'm not worried about Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know why anybody is.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think the 49ers are playing well. A little bit of a Super Bowl hangover. I think the Cardinals, who got better, are going to come out and win.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah. It will be a close game, but I still think 49ers are going to come out on top.
Okay.
So should be good. Have Cowboys and Rams.
This is the game I'm excited about.
Why?
Because it's the Cowboys and the Rams.
Yeah.
I find those to be, if those teams are playing, I kind of want to watch the game. It doesn't matter who they're playing.
The Rams
play. The Rams are enjoyable to watch.
Yes.
They are fun.
Agree with that.
The Cowboys. They're the Cowboys. So you either enjoy watching the Cowboys to watch them get destroyed, or you enjoy watching the Cowboys and watching them win.
So who are you picking in this game?
The Rams. The Rams have this whole offseason kind of screwed it all up. So any team that has the same coach, the same system, not a lot of change in players, I expect them to win early.
Well, yeah, and just because the new coaches, they didn't have time to prepare.
Exactly. So I don't think the Cowboys really have much of a chance in this game, but I also think nobody knows what they're going to do. So I think they have
I think they're going to run. The coaches that haven't made a whole lot of
Let's
time.
run the
They're
ball a
just
lot.
going to run. They're going to play safe. They're going to run the ball a lot.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Fantasy, pick the running backs for those teams. They're going to run.
Yeah, I guess that's true. This is a snoozer.
Steelers and Giants.
You know what I want to happen in this game to make it interesting? Get some news going. I want the New York Giants to blow out the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers are as good as people think they are.
No, they used to be
And
a good
I think
team.
the New York
they
Giants
just
are
kind of dropped
better
off.
than people think they are.
Mm,
I think their quarterback's pretty good.
yeah. No, I'm not saying they're not a good team. I just don't know if they're better than the majority of people think.
I don't know. That could be a close game. Or it could not be. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Titans and Broncos. Oh boy, that's a snoozer.
Yeah, there's...
Titans are not interesting. The Broncos are not interesting.
Okay, Derrick Henry was interesting last year.
Derrick Henry's not going to do as good as he did last year.
No, I'm not saying he
He's
is,
not
but
gonna
I'm
play.
just saying he was interesting last year.
Who do you
Makes
got
me
for
kinda
that
want-
game?
I'm probably actually going to pick Titans. Denver has some... Von Miller's out. They have a couple other people that got hurt. They have a new quarterback.
They had a tackle opt out, and then one got hurt.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos are bound for an 8-8 season.
They were on
4-12
track to do a little
season.
bit better than 8-8, and now they're going downhill.
4-12.
You
Okay,
just
not
want
that
them to
bad.
tank, like every other team for Trevor Lawrence.
No.
You have told me Denver
Okay.
should tank for. They should trade Von Miller and tank for Trevor Lawrence.
Unless Drew Lock is really good.
Yeah, I do want to watch the game just because I want to see how Drew.
Broncos
does.
are interesting for Drew Lock if you care about that.
Yeah.
Von Miller's out. They don't really have anybody else, like a big name on that team. So
Yeah, no, that's.
the Broncos
I'm staying with the Titans. So.
7-9, 6-10. I don't think it'll be horrible.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we'll see
All right.
for sure.
Well, that's Sunday. All right, Jeffrey, we got some time.
You want to know my?
We're gonna talk about Jeffrey's DraftKings picks. He is starting to bet on DraftKings, so we're gonna see what he's playing, and we're gonna see what he picked.
So
what's your lineup? He's playing football, right? You're doing the NFL.
well, I did a
this
few.
Sunday.
Yeah, I did NFL for this Sunday. I did basketball for last night, which I actually won. I was
Whoop, whoop.
pretty proud of myself.
Good
It was
job.
only $5. $5.40, but
Mike down, Mike
Still.
down.
it was fun. So I have one.
So if you haven't played DraftKings before, it gives the classic version, which is what you're playing, correct?
On one of them, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing the classic version. You have a salary cap, and each player, based on how good they are, has a big. So Russell Wilson has a pretty big cap hit because he's pretty good. Lamar Jackson has a big cap hit because this is all based on fantasy points. So Lamar Jackson, he might not be the best quarterback in the league. However, he gets a lot of fantasy points because he runs the ball and throws it. And you get like a point per 10 yards when you run the ball. I think it's something
like
that's
that.
usually classic fantasy. So, yeah, that's how you play DraftKings. So you pick I think you pick 3 wide receivers, a tight end, a defense, a quarterback, and 3 running backs.
So I have a quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex,
Right, a flex.
and then a defense.
So you got to keep those all in the salary cap. I think it averages out to be a little over $5,000 a player. So your cap is $50,000, fake dollars. And Russell Wilson, for instance, how much is he worth?
He is $7,000.
He's $7,000. Give us something smaller.
Something smaller. I have Kyle Rudolph, $3,700.
Yeah. So there you go. That kind of gives you an idea of players' value. I think Patrick Mahomes is like 10. I think that's the max is 8 or 9,000 for a player.
Yeah.
So, but you only have 50,000, so you got to keep all those in the cap. So Jeffrey
Which
pick.
that threw me off a lot.
Really screws you up.
I've played fantasy football, but I've never had a salary cap, and doing it for the first time, I kind of forgot about the salary
And you
cap.
also, that's another thing, you pick different players every week.
Yeah.
And it's based on, you can play Thursday night, where you're going to just pick players from the Thursday night games. You can play a Monday night one. You can play the Sunday one.
Which you have a lot more options.
You have like 12 games, so it's more fun to play that because you have more options.
Yeah.
He's right about that. They have other sports you can play. I really only like the NFL one because players seem to be more consistent. The basketball one scares me because, sure, James Harden regular season scores you like 40 points a game, but sometimes he has stinkers and gets you 18 points. So it's all based on how many fantasy points you score. Whoever has the most wins the most. So
Yeah.
and if you get to a certain point in points, you get your money back. So that's kind of nice. I like Draftkings a lot. So that's our substitute for fantasy football. So I think for the next, I think we'll go through your picks every week.
Especially 'cause this is my first time doing this.
So it's going to be fun.
It's going to
We
be
totally
a little,
roast him.
I haven't done it. Like, I just kind of did this on the whim, just real quick, 5-minute go through and pick these. So it wasn't a whole lot of thought. I had a free game to play, so that's where this one came from. But I have Russell Wilson, my quarterback.
Russell Wilson's his quarterback. Remember, he's playing Atlanta.
Yep.
And Atlanta's defense last year was ranked what?
Ooh, I can't remember.
It tells you. So that's the other thing. It tells you who they're playing. Wide receivers, it'll tell you the defense against the pass. Yeah, so they'll say last year's defensive ranking. So if Michael Thomas is playing the Jaguars and they had the worst pass defense, they'll be ranked 31st. That's how it works. So it kind of gives you some help. So you don't want to pick somebody that's playing like the number one defense or something, which sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Atlanta was ranked 23rd against
Right, so that's pretty good. So Jeffrey's going to pick Russell Wilson. I'd pick Russell Wilson. I also played some DraftKings, and I picked Russell Wilson.
See, I did not know that option until just now, so I did not use that. Told you, very quick.
There we go.
Then I have Austin Eckler.
For his first running back, and how much did he cost?
$7,000.
$7,000. So.
You'll see my very first few picks were expensive because I forgot about the salary cap.
Yeah. There's also another mode that I personally like to play. They call it's tiers. So you don't have a salary cap. They give you like 4 players per tier. I think there's 6 or 8 tiers.
Yeah.
And you just pick out of the 4 best players. So it gives you 4 really good players, supposed to have 4 really good games this week, and you just pick which one you think is going to win. There's no salary cap. You just pick. And you have a whole team. It's fun. Yeah. I like the tier one.
So I have 3 different games going. So, but this is just that first classic NFL one. My second running back is Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram, who is part of Baltimore, playing
Cleveland. He was 5,500.
Yeah. So he's expected to do pretty well.
Yep. And then I have my most expensive player, Michael Thomas.
How much was he?
9,000.
And he's playing against what ranked defense?
Well,
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Against Tampa Bay, which was 32nd.
Right. That's a good pick either way, because if Tampa Bay turns out to be really good, they're going to have to throw the ball to keep up with them.
Yeah.
So that's
And
so,
I picked that one, and I started losing money real fast.
So it makes sense sometimes, though, to pick players like that. The mistake I tend to make is I look at the average, and that's the average that I pick. So I never pick any great players. I always pick a bunch of 8 okay players, and that doesn't really win you money. You need 3 or 4 people that can have really big games, and then some diamonds in the rough there at the bottom.
Which is why my flex I had to go a little bit cheaper. My tight end I went a little bit cheaper, but
so who else did you pick? You had another wide receiver?
I did. I have 2 more. I have DK Metcalf,
who could be pretty good. So that's I would say that's a pretty good pick.
and he was a little bit more than average. He was 5,800, but I'll go with him. Yeah. My third wide receiver is Larry Fitzgerald.
I'd say that's a pretty good pick, except for DeAndre Hopkins is on that team now, so we don't know what's happening with him.
Yeah. But like I said, I kind of had to start going a little bit cheaper. He was 4,500. My tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
That's a good pick.
He was actually pretty cheap. He was near the bottom.
They're playing Green Bay. I don't know how well that's going to go.
But he's done well before. And then I have Rob Gronkowski as my flex.
I don't think that's a good pick at all.
I was running out of money.
I always tend to pick like a pretty I would spend as low as possible on defense. So
defense, I have the Saints, and they were one of the lowest, I think.
Okay, so that's Jeffrey's DraftKings pick.
My first ever.
His first ever DraftKings pick. For football, because he won the NBA one.
I did.
So next week we'll probably either make fun of him for that or me. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if I win.
We'll see if you win. We'll do a little review of that, or Jeffrey can come out with a little short video and tell us all how it did and where he ranked at. A little educational video. We're not professional sports bettors
at all.
Not even a little bit.
I did not do any research on this. I literally did it in like 5 minutes.
So if you bet the way he did and you completely botch it, it's
to
not
be
our fault.
fair, it was free.
Also, it's not our fault.
Not our fault. Not saying some of those picks weren't good, but
so yeah, we have a lot of fun sports to look forward to this next week. We're gonna try to do more on Instagram and Facebook and make some more videos. We're just not good at it.
Yeah, I've never been a
you know
social
what?
media person.
My slogan is always be better. So
it hasn't always been be better.
It's be better. It says it on the whiteboard.
You just started doing that like 2 months ago, but it's okay. It's okay. Be better.
Here, let me get the knife out of my bag.
Be better.
You want it back?
All right, guys.
All right, I think we're done.
Yeah, so a lot of fun games. We will see you guys next week. Recap. We get to talk about all these games, how they went down, break them down. So that's going to be a good time. Like us, follow us, share us, and we'll see you next week.